Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So look, as you can see, man, by the looks of the title and the screen, I got another very special 100 plus badge build coming at y'all out of the center position, but also as you can see, we're going to be able to break ankles with the shot creating takeover. Then also on top of all that, y'all, we're going to be able to do a lot of different things with this build. It is very versatile. So man, I just gotta say thank God for giving me this opportunity. Shout out to y'all, the Rich Gang family, for always coming through and showing your support. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody who is looking to join the Rich Gang family, go ahead and do two things. Turn on post notifications, and second, hit that like button, y'all. I would appreciate it if we could go ahead and get 50 likes on this video. It would really help me out. I would appreciate that a lot, man. So now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the making of this two-way post playmaker, y'all. Now, when it comes down to it, the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is put it under the center position. But again, just remember, you can actually make this build out of the power forward if you wanted to go about it that way. Now, when it comes down to the height, the weight, and the wingspan, you can choose whichever attributes when it comes down to this part of the build if you want to go about it a different way. So I'm going to go ahead and say right now, just be sure to make it exactly like I'm showing y'all, and then from there, after that, you're going to be able to make your own adjustments after, so that way you still get the build name and everything that goes into it, especially over 100 badges on it as well. So when it comes down to it, I'm going to go with 6'9", as you can see in the top right corner, 217, and then for the wingspan, I'm going to go with is going to be 6'11". Now, when it comes down to the finishing side of things, I'm going to go with an 84 close shot, driving layup going to be an 84, driving dunk in 80, and the post control in 85. That's going to give us 22 badges right there, which is not bad for honestly being this kind of build, a 6'9" center. Really, that is a good amount of badges when it comes down to the finishing side of the ball. Now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. So the mid-range shot, we're going to go ahead and put this up to a 90. But when it comes down to the three-pointer, I decided to go with this a little different than normal. So instead of maxing it out, which you can actually go up a couple more of attributes, I'm going to go with a 79. From there, we're going to be able to get 27 badges for the shooting, and then to be able to take this build into any game mode, I'm going to go ahead and put my free throw all the way up to a 66. Now I can say that honestly, the shooting is not a weak link in this build, and also the same for the finishing. Both of these are some really strong categories. Again, this is an all-around build, especially with being 6'9", you're going to be able to run much faster than builds that are going to be taller than you, of course, but also a majority of center builds that you be going up against. So let's go ahead and get into the playmaking now. I'm going to go with the pass accuracy of 85, ball handle of 79, and a speed with ball of 68. Right there, we get 23 badges, and when it comes down to the playmaking, you actually get some really solid badges to work with when it comes down to the dribbling side of the aspect. Now, let's go ahead and get into the defense. Here is where things are going to get even better. So, when it comes down to that interior defense, I'm going to go ahead and put this to an 83. If you feel like changing it, you can, but I'm just telling you, this is what I prefer. Then, when it comes down to the perimeter defense, I'm going to go with an 82. Steal, going to go up to a 66. You can max it out if you want to, but I'm not going to go about it that way. Then, when it comes down to the block, I'm going to go with an 82. Offensive rebound, gonna go up to a 78, and then the defensive will be an 82. And as you can see, we get 28 defensive badges on this build, which honestly, in my opinion, is gonna be more than we even need, which makes this build even better all around. Now, we still have not maxed out the build yet, but that just means we got some more room when it comes down to the physicals. So the speed I'm gonna go with is going to be a 75. Acceleration, I feel like 70 is actually going to be perfect. Strength, go ahead and put it to a 58. Vertical, I'm going to go ahead and actually put this all the way up to a 75. And then when it comes down to the stamina, I'm going to put this to a 91. And as you can see, with the +4 that you get from your rebirth or the college championship, you're going to be able to get over 100 badges out of the center version of this build. Now, I have already brought y'all a past version of this build. I will go ahead and put it at the end of the video, so do not worry. So you can compare them if you want to, but when it comes down to this one, I like that I was able to find it out of the center build. I know before I brought it out to the power forward, but right here, this one's going to be a little bit more different. And as you can see, we get the shot creating takeover, also getting the sharpshooting, playmaking, and then the post scoring. So the one that's going to make the biggest difference all around, in my opinion, is going to be the ankle breaking shots. It's really easy to snatch ankles when you activate it in takeover. Then the plus 10 you get to your shooting. Then the second one I would consider is going to be a post scoring, just to get a plus 10 to your finishing. I'm going to go with the advanced post moves, and as y'all can see, we have made the first ever 100 badge two-way post playmaker out of the center position. I told y'all I'm going to be bringing y'all every single position out of this game, and also make the builds with over 100 badges. So if you want to see a certain position next, just go ahead and comment down, and I most definitely got y'all. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at what these stats are going to be looking like once you activate your takeover, and also run with teammates that are going to have floor general as well as Hall of Fame defensive leader, and then bind boost, which is going to be a plus 8 from bind boost, and then from your teammates, and then a plus 10 to the shooting because we chose the shot creating takeover, and a plus 10 to the finishing because we chose the post scoring. So essentially, with boost added in takeover, your close shot will be a 99. Your driving layup, 99. Driving dunk will be in the 90s. And then when it comes down to the post control, this is going to be a 99 as well. Mid-range shot, this is actually going to be a 99. Then that 3-point shot is actually going to be able to go into the 90s. Really, it's going to be in the high 90s, so don't worry about it. Then when it comes down to the free throw, this is going to be much higher as well. This build brings a lot of versatility. And then also when it comes down to the playmaking with the regular boost, you're going to be able to speed boost with this build. Also, your speed with the ball will be in the mid to high 70s. And then also when it comes down to the defensive end, your interior defense will be in the 90s. Same thing for the perimeter defense as well as the block, and also the defensive rebound. Now, this build, I'm telling you, when you add all things into consideration, it really changes up what it's going to be looking like on the floor. But now, beside all that, let's go ahead and get into the actual breakdown of this build when it comes down to the badges. But now, let's go ahead and get started. When it comes down to it, I'm going to go with silver, posterizer, gold, slithery finisher, also silver fearless finisher, as well as limitless takeoff. And then from here, we still got a good amount of extra badges left over. One that I would highly consider is going to be Hall of Fame back down punisher. Now I'm also going to throw in bronze fast twitch as well as bronze unstrippable. Now onto the shooting, let's go ahead and put on some really good gold badges first. For me, that's going to be blinders as well as corner specialist. We are part post scorer with this build, so I'm also going to throw in Hall of Fame fade ace. From there, I'm also adding in silver deadeye, bronze green machine, gold limitless takeoff, bronze clutch shooter. And then for the very last three, these really come down to preference. If you want to change anything about the setup, you can definitely do that. For me, I would change it to where I can actually get Hall of Fame sniper, and as you can see, this is something of the setup that I would be running when it comes down to the shooting. But now let's go ahead and get into the playmaking right here. So as you can see, we get 23 badges that we're going to be able to work with. For me, this all really comes down to how you see yourself using this build. Also, what game mode you're going to be in. For example, if you're going to play more 1v1, you don't need some badges on, but let's just go ahead and put on the most important ones. So I'm going to say unpluckable, handles for days, quick first step, tight handles, and then also triple threat juke. From here, if you're running with other teammates, you can really go ahead and put on bullet passer as well as bailout. But if you feel like going about it a different way, you definitely can do so. For me, I always like to say that the more badges and the more wealth you get out of them is going to be the best way that you can possibly go about it. For the very last one, I would consider downhill, or even honestly, you can go with space creator and then put on one more bronze badge. This really just comes down to how comfortable you are with doing this. But for me, I would say just go ahead and spread it out a little bit when it comes down to the badges, and I promise you, everything is going to work out. But now let's go ahead and get into the defensive side of the ball. So right here, the one that I'm going to start it off with is going to be Gold Intimidator. Also, we got a good amount of badges to use here as well. So if you want to spread the wealth, you definitely can do that also. For me, I'm also going to go ahead and throw in Silver, Rebound Chaser. If you want to, put on Hall of Fame Hustler as well as Gold Chase Down Artist. There are going to be a couple of main badges that you really need to keep on. For example, whatever I have on right here is going to be Intimidator, Chase Down Artist, Clamps, also Rebound Chaser, and then Rim Protector. Hustler is more of a luxury badge, so if you want to, you can definitely take it off. But for me, the essential badges are going to be the ones that I literally just named. But I'm also going to go ahead and throw in Worm. Then also for the very last one, you can go ahead and put whatever is based on your preference. And this is the setup that I would be running when it comes down to this build. So as you can see, 22 finishing badges. Then we move on to the shooting. We're going to be able to get 27 right here. Then onto the playmaking, we're going to be able to get 23 playmaking badges. And finally for the defense, we get 28. Again, man, I just got to say thank God for giving me this opportunity. Thank y'all for the support. I hope y'all are having a great holiday weekend. So, man, I just need y'all to know that I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Anybody looking to join the Rich Gang family RGF, go ahead and turn on post notifications, but also go ahead and hit that like button, y'all. Man, can we go ahead and get 50 likes on this banger? Be sure to share it with your family and friends. And with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.